everyone, Coach Dan here with
Lisa.
And we are here for one of my very favorite recipes for day number 2. This is the honey Parmesan pork, and it is so good. It is a delicious meal to look forward to after a long day. And we're
It smells really good.
Yes. And so the beauty of this is the simplicity
Very simple.
again.
Yep.
And
you look at the ingredients and you're like, this is not going to work. This is weird. Why is there cheese in this?
Yep.
It looks weird. The first time we tried it, I was like, I'm going to give this a go because I saw a recipe, I think Pinterest. Mm-hmm. And everyone said how amazing it was. So we tried it, and this guy went crazy for it.
Absolutely love it. So let's get right into it.
Yep.
So we got our crock pot set. And a quick reminder too about the way these meals all work. Really, the way you can do this is that you can prep all this stuff even in a bowl, and then slam it in either a Ziploc bag, freezer bag, or like a Tupperware kind of a thing.
Prep it all on one day, and then throw them in the crock pot every day, and you're good to go.
Yep, and good to go for the morning. And so this is not the example of one, but a lot of the crock pots that have features that have where you can cook at for a certain amount of hours, and then it'll click over to a warm. So when you're getting started in the day, I think it's really a helpful thing and a great tool. So potentially the giveaway that we're looking at will have that feature for you. So
but this one
the pace. You got to stay tuned.
21 years old,
yeah,
baby.
21 years old, baby.
And it is a workhorse in our kitchen.
4-screen back in the day. Now it's all
coming
coming back. All right, so let's hit this honey.
Okay, so we're gonna start with a pork loin that's been cut into pork chops. You can buy a whole pork loin. That's probably the cheapest way to do it, and cut it up yourself. This is about 2 pounds. You could make this probably up to 4 pounds with the same amount of sauce. You could double the sauce if you wanted to, but this is enough for our family.
So pork chops are okay though. So boneless is the way we like it. Just kind of avoid it, but you can do it.
We usually buy a pork loin and we cut it up because we know we're going to use it. A tip about using pork and a crock pot, along with chicken, if you've ever made chicken in the crock pot, it can get dry really fast. So don't cook it too high for too long. Really pay attention to the time. And I know you're not supposed to take the lid off because it takes the cooking time away, but I usually give myself a lot of time. I poke it, I try to see if it's done, and when it's done, I turn it off.
Sure. And some of the actual crockpots have a temperature gauge thing where you can check your meat.
That's high tech.
It is pretty high tech.
They were making that
but
back in the 90s.
Not for us.
When we were buying crockpots.
Right.
Anyway, so you got your pork in here, and now all we're going to do is make the sauce. So we're going to start with a 1/2 cup of honey. And this is raw organic wildflower honey from, let's say it together, Costco.
I love it.
Yep.
So you're like, whoa, 1/2 cup, that seems crazy. But really when you're spreading this out and it's more of a sauce, it's not hanging out a lot. So you're not getting like tons of extra calories from that.
No. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. This is a 1/2 tablespoon measure, so 4 of those are going in.
So we get that again from Aldi. It's the one without
Chopped
the oil,
garlic.
and it's just in water.
I do not ever chop garlic, and my life is still okay.
Yeah.
There's probably some purists out there who are like, gotta peel it, gotta do it all. I use the jar.
Not for convenience. For
Nope.
busy parents doesn't work.
Nope.
Okay.
So here's the healthy tip of the day. Soy sauce is something that I use all the time, and we've tried to switch to the liquid brags. You can get that at like a health food store. Fresh Thyme has it. Whole Foods has it, and it works interchangeably.
Yep.
So whatever you're using, use a tablespoon of that, use a tablespoon of this. But this recipe calls for 3. So we're going to use 3 tablespoons of the liquid brags. Use the soy sauce. Whenever we do use soy sauce, we try to use the low sodium. I definitely have a salt problem. I love salt more than sweet or anything, so we're doing our best to try to stay away from that, but do what you do. And then a tablespoon of oregano, and a tablespoon of dried basil.
Gotta love the basil.
I'm just going to use my measuring thing to stir it all up.
Get your honey.
Yeah, the honey is really settled.
Yep.
So, seriously, just smell it. That's what your house smells like
after. Good.
Yeah, while it's cooking. It's amazing. And you just pour this over.
Pop it in the crock pot.
The original recipe calls for putting the cheese in at the beginning. I usually wait until really close to the end, about an hour before I want to serve it. I just don't want it to get hard on the edges and super melty. So I add the Parmesan at the end. So you don't put that in?
I won't put it in.
You want to show it to them?
But it's a, so we got 2/3 of a cup of Parmesan. This is the grade.
We usually use shredded not
versus
grated.
the grated.
But you could use grated.
You could either one.
So you saw I was kind of flipping around the pork chops. What I usually do is I make this a couple days ahead of time and throw it in a Ziploc or in a Rubbermaid container so that all the good stuff gets in there and really marinades.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of trying to flip it to make sure everybody gets
especially on the bottom there, because if you get like a pork chop on the bottom of your crock pot and you leave it all day, it's just gonna, it doesn't get the moisture.
Goodness.
Yeah, it doesn't get all the way down to the bottom.
So that's it.
Yep.
And then besides adding the Parmesan, it's good to go.
Yep.
So we're talking like 6 to 8 hours on low. And I like to shred it, and you serve it with rice or quinoa or whatever on the side. The original recipe called for serving it with mashed potatoes, which would be amazing. So or mashed cauliflower if that's what you're into.
Yeah, or mashed,
so you could do it however you want.
But yeah, so this is a great, and I even eat the pork chops just plain, or not plain, but just on their own, just the pork, and then it's really tasty and,
good
great.
Cold.
Yep.
Take it right out of the fridge.
Yeah, so good stuff. So and then that really helps you get so yesterday we were rocking out with the chili. Now you get this pork. We're going to move on to some other meats within and we also have vegetarian options which are coming soon. So that's pretty exciting. But for today, the phrase that pays is going to be sweet and savory, because that's what this meal is, which is great. So if you want to type that below. Now, if you have some other pork recipes that you've liked, we'd love to see those below. Go ahead and again, we ask that you've actually tried them. Don't just like hop on Pinterest and go, well, that was really good, it was highly rated, or all recipes or whatever, and then just go, oh, this is great. Actually try that would be great. That's what we're trying to give you, is that we have tried these recipes, we know these recipes, we know they work, and we know they'll work for your family and you as well, just to keep you healthy. But also the taste side of this is so really good. So and I guess it's so important, because if you just have healthy and it doesn't taste good, then it's just going to sit there, and that's what we don't want that to be the case. We want it to be, we can get both healthy and good tasty meals together, which is what we're trying to do here.
Absolutely.
So good stuff. Thanks guys for listening. This is day 2. Looking forward to the rest of our week together, and let's keep it up. Thanks.